Well, hello there. We're back with more Pirates at Ocean's Edge, CSG, Constructible Strategy Game. Those of you who watched my previous video may recall last time we got this cool sea monster looking guy, so I punched him out, put him together, but let's see what we get today. First pack. Okay, let's see. We've got a common. I forgot to mention in the last video that you can tell by the color coding whether they're common, uncommon, rare. This is a pirate ship. Doesn't look like anything too terribly special. Ooh, this looks like something fun. Is this a, yeah, this is a schooner called the Juggernaut. Gets +1 to her boarding rolls, and it looks like it's from the Cursed faction with the wannabe zombies or ghouls or whatever you want to call them. That's kind of fun. We've got a shipwright from the Cursed for a crew, and the fog bank terrain, which, again, if the ship goes in, when it comes out, you've got to roll the dice to see where it comes out because you get lost in the fog bank. All right, second pack. Let's see what we've got here. All right, another cursed ship, another schooner. Actually, is it the same as the last one? I'll laugh if it, no, it's not the same. We've got the Juggernaut and the Nightmare, but they're both schooners, both of the Cursed faction. Okay. Ooh. We've got a named crew person from the pirate faction. Secretive and mysterious, his face covered by a mask. 6 points, so you'd hope he does something pretty good. Ship may move and shoot during the same action. Well, that's the same as a captain. And once per turn, you may re-roll any die. So that's kind of like a captain and I think a musketeer combined into one, but because it's a single crew, it only uses 1 cargo space on your ship. So that seems like it would be pretty good. I don't know for sure. It's only a common from the look of it, but I don't know, looks pretty good. We've got the Champ. Ooh, Champ. This is some sort of sea monster, apparently affiliated with the American faction for some reason. I guess instead of the Loch Ness sea monster, it's from Lake Champlain, perhaps. But yeah, it looks like a fun-looking sea monster. And from the coloring, it looks like an uncommon. And then, ooh, we've got a little more here. We've got a Sargasso Sea, and this just looks like a regular shipwright. But hey, you know, another sea monster is fun. This expansion set of the Pirates game at Ocean's Edge was about the sea monsters and the crazy sea monsters and things they encountered at the edge of the world. So that's cool that we found another sea monster. Let's get that rules packet out of there. Okay, let's see what we've got. Okay, so this is an explorer for the Cursed faction. You can dock and explore a wild island using the same action. Again, it's an efficiency thing, kind of like the captain or that other crew we saw. This is a common, 10 points worth. Looks like a 3-mast Spanish ship with some short-range guns. After looking at a treasure, you may trade any one treasure from that island for a random treasure. I don't know. I guess I'm not particularly excited about that one. Ooh, El Pescador. He's a special crew, and he has a link to another unit in the game. And if a sea monster begins its move within L length, remember the way you measured on the tabletop was this was L and this was S. So if this guy, or if a sea monster begins its move within L length of the ship that El Pescador is on, it gets +L to its base move. So he kind of buffs your sea monsters if you're running that strategy. And oh, hey, we got another sea monster here. Squallow. Another sea monster with that fear ability keyword, but it looks, you know, just basically like a big shark. And then last pack, let's see what we got here. Okay, the USS James Madison. I guess they were naming them after U.S. politicians or senators or whatever at this point. This is a small ship, only 2 mass, only 9 points. Gets +1 to her boarding rolls. Again, if you're pursuing that combat strategy, but you know it's common and nothing too terribly exciting about that one. So we've got a rocky-looking island. That's a little unusual. And an iceberg. I don't know if I've seen one of these before. I'm not exactly sure what the rules around it are. It looks like there's some randomness involved, but I imagine, I don't know, maybe there's a risk of hitting it. I don't know. And then what do we got for the ship? Ooh, should have put that away. This is a rare run. You could tell by the gold color. 14 points, 5 masts. I want to say 5 masts was, there might have been some 6 mast ships, but 5 masts is pretty at the high end of the bigger ships they made. Pretty slow, only an S move per turn, so it doesn't move really fast, but it does have 5 guns on it, all short range. The ship gets +1 to her boarding rolls, or if your opponent is a sea monster, you get a little bonus there. And I guess maybe in a set with a lot of sea monsters, that might be something you would particularly want. But aside from that, you know, I don't know why that's taking up a rare slot, but who knows. And then the last little bit is just a helmsman. Makes your ship move a little faster. So that pack, hey, we did get a rare, even though, you know, maybe there's something I'm missing in the abilities that why it's a rare, but it's a big ship for sure. And we did get those 2 sea monsters, the shark and the sea serpent. All right. Hope you enjoyed. Have a great day.